Okay. Contrary to a popular myth started by my wife, Lisa, I did not have glasses and a mustache at the age of 5. However, the dark color above my upper lip probably came from playing in the dirt, something I continue to do to this day. I love the soil, the land, the creatures, and the plants. After college and a wedding, Lisa and I farmed full-time for 25 years. Then Oxfam America recruited me as an agricultural advisor. What's the connection? The majority of the world's poor live in rural areas. They rely upon agriculture, and working on agricultural policies and practices is an effective way to address global poverty, hunger, and injustice. My policy work has taken me often to meetings around the country, including significant time in Washington, D.C., but work also means providing the public with a human face of those challenged by climate change, rigged markets, and ill-conceived foreign aid. I want to give you a glimpse of that part of my work tonight. My first tour with an international guest happened in 2005 with Dr. Chendun Young, a researcher and farmer from Dakar, Senegal. We traveled from Kansas to Missouri to Iowa to South Dakota, discussing reforms to the U.S. Farm Bill that could benefit farmers here and in developing nations. This initial tour in America led to a memorable trip that I helped organize for U.S. farmers to go to the cotton-growing regions of West Africa in Senegal and Mali. This picture was taken at the Fara village in Mali. The smaller huts are storage units for crops like peanuts and sorghum. And the larger huts are the homes in that picture. Here's our group with the village chief in orange and U.S. farmers, all of whom benefited from government programs and subsidies. The Illinois corn farmer said, "I can't farm without these subsidies, but I now know that they hurt my sister and brother farmers. We need to roll up our sleeves and find a better way to support agriculture." People around the world want much the same things: the ability to feed and clothe their families, engage in a livelihood that can make life better for the future generations, and to live a life of dignity, even in locations with no running water, electricity, or little opportunity for formal education. And farmers all over the world look for ways to improve their techniques and enhance sustainability. Here in Mali, we observed a no-till, oxen-pulled planter that was helping to improve soil quality and establish better stands of cotton, sorghum, and maize. And I actually got to another place to actually drive the oxen and do that. Women make up and Seydou Ouedraogo from Burkina Faso came to Kansas to tour Kansas State University research trials on sorghum. And he also came to speak on the challenges U.S. cotton programs pose to his community. I'm taking notes while Seydou relaxed at Jackie Keller's Topeka farm. Women make up the majority of the world's farmers and agricultural workers. Madame Jacqueline Moret came to talk about her women's cooperative in Haiti, where value-added techniques and small livestock production were improving food security in the Poulet region above Port-au-Prince. We're actually in an Iowa cornfield. Sila Sampson-Buru, a small-scale woman farmer, worked on an Oxfam-supported design team that implemented and developed a weather index insurance program in the Tigray region of Ethiopia, a program that has now moved into Chad and Senegal, serving tens of thousands of small-scale farmers. Sometimes the farmers I get to work with share the stage with celebrities. Ugandan farmer Susan Godwin and Burkina Faso farmer Zainaba Diallo did an event with chef Jose Andres at the World Food Prize Symposium in 2013. I also arranged for Maasai pastoralist Mrs. Kijula Kakeya to speak before an audience including African leaders about the loss of their historical grazing lands to an Arab emirate whom had a sweet hunting preserve deal. Her activism both in the US and Tanzania contributed to a restoration of those grazing rights. Harriet Nakabale and son Frank demonstrated to US audiences their urban agriculture that utilized what others threw away in Kampala, Uganda. Their Camp Green was recognized as one of the top 10 innovations in African agriculture. Here, Harriet and Frank are holding their boot gardens. And last month, I arranged meetings with food company executives and Virginia Nyonka from the highlands of Peru. She faces certain peril if the glacier that provides water for her grazing and farmland disappears due to global warming. Policies that will decrease greenhouse gases in the value chain must be implemented. And finally, Birtakan Dagnachu will come to the U.S. in October with a delegation of Ethiopians to study land-grant extension systems. They will also meet with policymakers and donors on the need to continue cost-effective, smart investments in community-based smallholder agriculture. The challenges of my global friends face are also present here. Rivers like the North Fork of the Ninneskah that shrunk to these pools in the drought of 2012 to 2013 are vulnerable to global climate change. And in addition to our rivers, our soils suffer not only because of extreme weather, but by policies and practices that encourage mismanagement, monoculture, and neglect. But whether in Africa, Haiti, Vietnam, the halls of Congress, or corporate boardrooms, healthy, just, and resilient policies and practices can grow when all stakeholders are in the mix, including the ones that are often overlooked or ignored. And maybe I will continue to have the opportunity to work as a catalyst for a just, well-fed, sustainable world, and like often in the past, from that kitchen table of our Center Township Farm.